Here we are then, race 4 of season 4 of the Race 100, and we are here in Bahrain, and this is the fastest lap that Jack did in qualifying, coming down towards the first corner, reaching 195 miles an hour before braking down towards turn 1, on the power nice and early, going through turn 2, trying to avoid getting some wheel spin, now through 3, and down the back straight, coming out then down towards turn 4, braking just after the 50-meter board to around about maybe 70 or 80 meters. Then on the exit, take lots of curb on the exit, run out a little bit wide, now through 5, 6 and 7, down towards the hairpin of turn 8. Try and keep it nice and tight in there. Jack has done on the power, and now coming up towards turns 9 and 10. This is by far the hardest couple of corners on the circuit. Jack misses the apex completely and is away, then down the back straight, then down towards turn 11. He's on the prime tyres, so it looks like this is just going to be a banker run for the time being. Through turn 11, then still not clipping that apex. This is by far not the best of laps then. Dubsy with a 130.6 as Jack 7/10 of a second down on Dubsy's time in the middle sector, down the back straight, coming out towards turns 14 and 15. 15 a bit of a nothing corner, it's more one action this corner. Through turn 14, 15, a little bit of oversteer on the exit, on the power, coming out then towards the start finish line. Use a bit of DRS there as well, and he is now second. That puts him second on the grid, but that turns out to be third as Toro Rosso get a front row lockout similar to Williams in China, getting a 1-2. World champion Daniel down in 7th, Silent in 4th, and here we are then at the start. So Dubsy on pole position, setting that time on the option tyres. Jack in 3rd, Daniel in 7th, and we are now waiting for the lights. Silent alongside Jack. Dubsy then has not had the best of starts traditionally on the run up to this race, and we are away in Bahrain. And Visual Temps has had a good start. Dubsy once again not getting the best of starts. He has struggled with those. Visual Temps takes the lead. Jack is now down the inside as they come down towards turn 1. Visual Temps has gone wide. Jack's gone wide. They're all off the circuit. Jack's off the circuit, but Jack is into the lead. Silent is in there too, and now they've collided. And Visual Temps has been spun off the circuit. Mateus has capitalised to go off to second. Silent has got a penalty, and he's in 3rd place. Mateus has gone out wide. Jack going into the distance now. Then Mateus and Silent side by side for 2nd place. Silent takes it, but he has got a drive-through penalty. The Toro Rossos are nowhere to be seen. Silent now then, coming around the last corner onto the pit straight. Is he going to serve his drive-through penalty immediately? It looks like he is. Mateus looks like he's following him in. So Mateus oh no, he's just getting a slipstream. So Mateus takes 2nd place. Jack in the lead. The Ferrari of Daniel has gone up from 7th to 3rd. There are a few other cars in the pits as well then. Silent is not the only one, he's down in 9th now. Visual Temps now is in 8th. Damaso is behind him. Silent then coming through turn 13 on his first lap out of the pit after the drive-through, and he's into the wall. He's into the wall and has lost his front wing. Damaso goes past him, and Silent is not having a good race at all at the moment. Breaking down in the last couple of corners of 14 and 15. He has not yet been down the pit straight in this race, and he's not going to this time either. As he comes into the pit lanes, Visual Temps sets the fastest lap of the race just to show he'll off his pace after his collision. Silent now coming in, he is down in last. In he comes in to fix that front wing. He looks like he just got up on the curb, lost control. So now that Silent has hit a rhythm and he's on new tyres, he's going past Buddy Lee for 11th. As they're now side by side on the run up towards turns 9 and 10, Silent has already got it. Buddy Lee's tyres, option tyres, must be getting pretty second hand by now, and Silent takes it. Now Jack coming into the pit then for his first stop. It's quite early for the prime tyres. Prime tyre stint then over for him. the end of lap 12 and he puts on some more prime tyres then, so Visual Temps takes the lead. So Visual Temps has got all the way up from last from the back where he was at the end of lap 1. He's now back into the lead with Daniel in second place, Mr. Dead in third, and Jack comes out in fourth. Silent now then, approaching Mateus.
The gap to the car in front is less than a second.
As they come out of the last corner then, onto the pit straight. Silent with the DRS. We should have the DRS. Dubsy with the new fastest lap 135.4. That is very, very quick. Silent then with the DRS and some curves. Down the inside of Mateus for 9th position. Keeps it nice and tidy. And it looks as though he's going to take it, and he does. But Mateus is fighting back. Mateus has hung on to it. Mateus has hung out around the outside. Silent now going to have to try and do the move down into turn 4 then. And it looks like he has got it. These two were second and third on lap 1. They are now fighting for 9th. This has not been the best of starts to their Grand Prix.
You're faster than the car ahead in sector 1. Use that advantage to get past.
Jack now then up to third after his teammate's pit stop and is now attacking Mr. Dead for second place. Visual Temps not that far up the road at the moment. So if he can get past Mr. Dead, which it looks like he's going to do now. Jack going down the inside of Mr. Dead takes that second place. And now we can get after Visual Temps, who is in the lead. Through the final corner then onto the pit straight. Mr. Dead coming back at him. Mr. Dead then. Has he got the DRS as well? I think he has. Mr. Dead with the DRS takes second place back. Jack. Well, that was a bit surprising actually. Jack looks like he had the move done and then left the door wide open. Going then down towards turn 1. Mr. Dead's locked up. Jack hasn't. The closing speed was too much. And that was not good driving by Jack. Mr. Dead is in a spin. Jack with a drive-through penalty.
Believe it or not, I'm stuck behind Northern. I'm doing alright.
Silent now is the one chasing Mr. Dead. This is now then his battle for 8th. That is how far back Mr. Dead has dropped. He has made a pit stop since the collision with Jack. Silent now then coming up towards the final 2 corners and onto the pit straight, following Mr. Dead through then. And now onto the pit straight, he has the DRS. Mr. Dead going defensive, is he coming in? He's coming in. So Mr. Dead in the pits. So Jack coming in to serve his drive-through penalty from the lead. It is Dubsy who is in second place and is going to profit from this. So after everything that happened at the start, the Toro Rossos are going to be 1 and 3 if Visual Temps can get past Jack in the pits. It's going to be pretty close actually. So Jack comes out of the pits then, and there they are actually. Visual Temps trying to take second. Visual Temps trying to make it a Toro Rosso 1-2, and the Ferrari's trying to stop him. Daniel is doing everything he can to hold Visual back. He does not want to let Toro Rosso get too ahead in this Constructors' Championship. They already lead it, but there's nothing he can do. Visual Temps takes second place, and there's nothing he can do. Daniel lashed onto the back of Visual Temps, but Visual Temps gets away. So the Toro Rossos have let the Ferraris for dead basically, and now they're fighting each other. Jack trying to come up the inside of his teammate Daniel, and does so, takes that third place. Can he now get after Visual Temps? He has got some pace as Jack. Can he get after him?
We think the car ahead is keeping fuel back for the end of the race.
So Jack comes in then for his second stop at the end of lap 29. This looks like a standard 3-stop strategy at the moment. Jack coming in then, putting on a set of more prime tyres, so it looks like he's going to be using the options at the end. Dubsy has gone past, Daniel has gone past. Silent now then attacking Damaso for his 6th place in the Grand Prix. I think his teammate Mikey is ahead of him then in 5th. Silent then trying to get a run out of the final corner. Damaso goes defensive very early. A very swift chop actually. But now they're both against the pit wall. Silent down the outside, trying to take the line into turn 1. He's got the outside line, which is the inside for turn 2. And Silent takes that position. He takes 6th place quite easily. And here we go again with the Ferraris. So Daniel ahead of Jack once again. Jack's strategy means that he has now encountered traffic, and Jack now trying to attack his teammate. He is on much fresher tyres, and Daniel's had a poor run out of the hairpin, coming up down towards turns 9 and 10. Jack with the inside line, coming up then towards him. Jack's braked way too late, and have they collided? I don't think they did. I'm not sure, but Jack has got a drive-through penalty for corner cutting. I think it's for gaining an advantage for taking the position, and well, can you believe this? Jack has got a second drive-through penalty in this Grand Prix. His third in the last 2 races. He had one in Bahrain as well. So Daniel is going to inherit 3rd place back again. But you can see the Toro Rosso's Dubsy in 2nd place, 16 seconds ahead of this pair. There's going to be even more once Jack comes in. Is he about to do that now? He is. He's going to do it now. So Jack comes in to serve his drive-through penalty. Is he going to drop him any lower than 4th? I don't think it is. Jack now coming down the pit straight as he passes his teammate Daniel for 3rd place again as Daniel is in the pit. Silent then is coming down the pit straight line. There he is. Daniel is on his way out of the pits now, and they're going to come out side by side, are they? The world champion and the runner-up from last year side by side, and Silent has got the place. Silent has got the place. And now Dan on fresher tyres is coming up behind Silent once again to have a go. Silent then we think needs to stop again. Daniel, we are not too sure, we don't think he does. Daniel up the inside into the final corner, can he ever go? He chose against it, and now as they come down the pit straight, Daniel will have DRS. He's getting closer. Silent's gone defensive then as they come down towards turn 1. They're moving around a little bit. Daniel trying to come alongside. Daniel does come alongside down the inside in towards turn 1. He needs to hit the apex. He does hit the apex. Squeezes Silent out. And Daniel takes the position. Now, what can he do coming up towards turn 4 and 5? This is going to... And Silent is closing once again. And he's going to go on the inside of Daniel. Daniel does not go defensive. And he takes the position back. He takes the position back. Wow, what a fight this is. And Daniel's still all over the back of him as they go through turn 6, 7. Silent still ahead then as they come up towards the final 2 corners. And Daniel then looks like he's clipped the curb nicely on the exit. He's got a good run off the corner. Silent then trying to hold him off. He's gone defensive once again. Daniel in the slipstream with some DRS. Chooses to go down the outside again. Silent moving to the middle of the road. Daniel this time down the outside going into turn 1. And Silent blocks him off. And Daniel trying to do everything he can. Switching back underneath. He's got good traction out of the corner. And Daniel is very, very close once again to Silent. As they come up then towards turn 4. But Silent is able to hang on to it. And still Daniel cannot get past that Williams. And it is ruining his race now. It's ruining his tyres. Silent then is never going to get to the end of the race on these. He's just holding the Ferrari up. And he's gone a little wide as Silent. Daniel's still all over the back of him. As they come up towards turn 9 and 10. What can Daniel do then? Down here. Daniel should be... This should have been done a while ago now. Daniel is on fresher tyres. Silent's tyres are pretty wrecked. And now Daniel up the inside in towards turn 11. And in this time he has got it. Can Silent fight back? Has he got anything left to fight back with? It doesn't look like it. Daniel takes the position and takes 4th place.
The car behind is on newer tyres than us, be aware.
Jack now then coming into the pits for what is going to be his last stop. He's going to be going onto the option tyres. He's got to be very close then with his teammate. He's going to come in then and put on the option tyres. Of course he will have newer tyres, but he's got to wait. He's got to wait for the loaders to go by, and that could cost him. So now Daniel is coming down the pit straight. It is going to be close. Has Daniel just cost it? I think it has done. I think Daniel's going to have it here. As he comes out of the pits. Daniel goes through. So Daniel does go through. So now the Ferraris once again are going to be on the track together for the last 11 laps. Jack now lining him up down the back straight, down towards the last corner. And he's going to have a look. He's got the DRS. He tucks in and goes through the final corner. He's on brand new tyres down at a a bit of a twitch, and now Jack with the DRS coming down the pit straight, and it's got in relatively easily. Daniel trying to get in the slipstream, but I don't think it's going to make any difference, and it doesn't. Jack goes into the first corner ahead, and that is third place. So it is the last lap then. Jack comes up to turns 9 and 10, and Dubsy is already finished. That is the gap. So through 2 drive-through penalties, plenty of battles and collisions, Jack still comes home in third place, but he comes home 47 seconds behind the Toro Rossos, and that is a statement and a half by the Toro Rosso team. 1-2, 43 points to them with a Ferrari 3-4. That is what the championship looks like. Visual attempts with 86 from Silent, 18 points now that gap. Jack and Daniel 4th and 5th. Toro Rosso extend their lead at the top, and Ferrari move above Williams to 2nd.